3, 2, 1, go. Monday night NBA action. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Eastern Conference basketball. Chicago Bulls versus the Indiana Pacers at Bankers Life Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. Taping this early on Monday. Super Bowl hangover for the odds makers, or maybe a lot of injuries for the Chicago Bulls. But no betting line in the market or total currently as I'm shooting this early Monday morning from Las Vegas. When you look at the Chicago Bulls, they are continuing a 6-game road trip. They've won 2 of their first 3, coming off an impressive 93-76 victory over the Atlanta Hawks in a second game of a back-to-back situation after they played a ton of minutes after missing a few key players in a game against the Brooklyn Nets the night before. So a very impressive victory as 7-point road underdogs and going underneath the total of 182. The injuries are mounting up for this team. Of course, Derrick Rose, their star point guard, will probably return after the All-Star break. They're also going to be without the services of Kirk Hinrich. He's developed an elbow injury, while also Joakim Noah is out with a foot injury. Those 2 players will not be on the floor tonight, while Carlos Boozer is day-to-day with a hamstring injury, and that is one of the toughest injuries to monitor in terms of a sports bettor and also as a player. One of the tougher injuries to get over, so definitely take a look at SBR Forum and check the injury report throughout the day on Carlos Boozer's situation for this game. The only NBA team with a better road record than at home this year, that is the Chicago Bulls. 14-7 straight up, 13-7-1 against the spread, and for the sake of this video, 12-9 to the over, a direction that I'm going to look to go. I think the Indiana Pacers are not going to be as defensive-minded in this game as they were in their previous one. That was one of the bigger victories of any team over another this year. Of course, that was a 102-89 win that I highlighted on Friday's edition of Across the Board over the Miami Heat as 2-point home underdogs and climbing over the total of 184.5. They've won back-to-back home games since returning from a 1-3 road trip, so they've really got it going again, and they do their best work on the defensive end, of course, at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, limiting opponents to 86.9 points per game. With the 2-day layoff, though, I think they're going to miss out on that great defense that they've had, and I think Chicago is one of the better teams in one of their better situations of scoring points on the road. 18-3 straight up at home, 9-1 versus conference opponents this year when playing in front of the home crowd with the Indiana Pacers. Mentioning their offense, it's really starting to come through. At the beginning of the year, the team was not clicking on the offensive end and it was relying on one of the better defensive units in all of the NBA. But that's kind of changed now that this team's gotten used to playing without leading scorer Danny Granger, who has not stepped on the floor this year. 100.3 points per game in their last 4 at home, and they shot a season high of 55.7% against the Heat last time out. 18-3 to the over the last 2+ seasons when playing with 2 days rest, and this is opening up a back-to-back-to-back situation. The only time this year that the Pacers will be placed in a situation of that kind, and that has been due to the fact that this game is a makeup of a postponed game that I believe was right after the Christmas break due to snow. So this team is playing the first of a back-to-back-to-back. I think that is going to cause this to be more of an offensive game from this team, and I think we're going to get some value with 2 of the better defensive clubs in all the NBA. I think the odds maker is going to drop this total down because the last few meetings have gone underneath the total, and I think there's going to be some value here. So I'm going to recommend, there's no line or betting total in the market, but I'm going to recommend that viewers play over in the game between the Chicago Bulls and Indiana Pacers on Monday night. This has been another edition of Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. And for any further information on this game, something to monitor, check my Twitter feed at Jeff Grant Sports. Cut.